I not took too long on the swing there, but no, what? Shadow. Thank you. Whee! Hey, there was a Chow Cola advertisement. Ah, I almost made it to that shortcut. Because I know that's a shortcut to just speed dash that. I have played Sonic Generations, yes, on the PS3. When it comes to Sonic and Shadow Generations, I think I didn't. Well, what happened there? Anyway, what I was gonna say was, I think I haven't beaten Shadow Story yet. I think that's how far I made it. It's only because of, well, around the time when Sonic and Shadow Generations came up, Time Stranger almost came out, so most of my free time just came to playing Time Stranger. And since then, I've not really had the free time to be able to just play Shadow Generations to beat it. But soon enough, I'll have time to do it. And it's a crime that I haven't beaten Shadow Generations, since Shadow is my favorite character in the whole Sonic franchise. So it is a big shame that I haven't beaten it, but you know, life happens, you know. Yeah, I knew you could make that shortcut. I knew you could. I knew there was a reason for that spring being there. I don't understand. Why doesn't he not grab it on the first try, Shadow? It's like he's telling me, like, no, 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 I'm finished business with those robots, please. Oh, sorry, it was Chaos Soda, not Chow Cola. My bad. I said the wrong fictional beverage. I'm probably gonna be burned on a stake by anyone that's like a major Sonic pop. Like, no, you said the wrong brand. How dare you? Chow Cola didn't come till later in the franchise. Before then was Chaos Soda. No, wait. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I trying to do? There we go. I was thinking it like, what am I doing? I'm supposed to do speedrun strats, not play the game normally. And that's how you do speedrun strats. You skip sections by spin dashing. Ah. Well, I hope that you enjoyed the bit you've played of Time Stranger. I totally understand taking a break from it because of work and all that. I mean, that's kind of the same thing that happened to me with Shadow Generations. I don't think I'm gonna make it. That's like a... that's a lot of time I have to shave off there. I was by the end, but it's a lot of time I've left to shave off to clear the stage. But the third DLC got announced today, as of the stream was recorded. That they announced the third DLC is gonna come out in March, so that's gonna be Yo, what happened to the camera? What the? The camera became all wonky because of that plane. Yo, camera! What's going on with the camera there? Anywho, as I was trying to say before the camera tried to murder my speedrun attempts, was that it did announce the third DLC is gonna come out in March. They didn't say when in March, but they said March. Which will be a nice birthday surprise for me. Because it will either come before or after my birthday. And since my birthday is like close to like the middle of March, there's no in between. It's going to be one of the two. Either I'll get to play the DLC before my birthday or after my birthday. Which either way, I'm perfectly fine with playing Time Stranger on my birthday month. And the third DLC is going to cover Dr. Simmons and the other chick. So I think the story's gonna be good from the third DLC since they are two good characters. Especially Dr. Simmons, she's one of the better characters from Time Stranger, at least in my opinion. I was almost gonna say, how far did I shoot myself off with that spin dash? But yeah, focusing on the main story makes sense, Octagon. I mean, heck, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to first do the main story, and then afterwards do the DLC. They even advise it by saying that the power level of the ones in the DLC is equal to like endgame level. So you're actively encouraged to beat the main story before you go do the DLC. I think I'm gonna miss it. Very close though, very close. So I'm getting there. Because that was very close, that attempt. So I'm getting the feel of it, of how to do the stage faster. I'm getting the feel for it. What? I have not done a Mega Plus run yet of Time Stranger. It will come when I have time to train up my Digimons to max stat. Because you must have max stats to clear Mega Plus. It's like, it's not even an option. It's like, if you don't have max stats, then you're gonna lose. Because every enemy has max stat in Mega Plus. So I have to find time to just be able to farm grind my Digimons and make sure they have the correct personalities and all those fun things. Hey, I made it through this shortcut this time. That's gonna save me some time. I'm never good at swinging on the poles first go. I'm never good at that. The hardest boss for me, I have to think here, because it's like two answers for that. Because if I go by when I play the game blind on my own, then I think one of the hardest bosses were one of the earlier Titan bosses that introduces the gimmick of that, oh, certain bosses can resist certain types of attacks, like, oh, this boss is now currently immune to magic attacks, this boss is now currently immune to physical attacks. Like, that would be one of the first ones from when I played the game blind. But if I go specifically on the playthrough I had on the channel, then the difficult boss would be like one of the big bosses you have right before you get pushed to the end game. Also, by the way, I made it.
Here we go.
I cleared it this time. Very nice. Ooh.
That wasn't so hard.
I was almost gonna say, is the game gonna give me a E rank because I barely made it, but I got a C rank. That's surprising.
Select
But
a
let's
stage.
go. I succeeded with the speedrun in Radical Highway too. Well, the only thing left to do then is to do hard mode Radical Highway, right? I didn't even mean to skip that boss, that robot, by the way. Shadow just decided, nah, let's just go for the springs, shall we? What the? Alright, Shadow, don't hit the last robot then. It's not like I wanted the points anyway. Phew. Almost thought I was gonna be shot down by the robot. But who's been the hardest boss for you in Time Stranger Octagon? Because I don't know how far you've made it to the story. That's also why I was trying to be a bit vague with some of the bosses, because I wasn't sure how far you've made it. And I didn't want to potentially spoil upcoming bosses and stuff like that. Shadow, thank you. I was doing so good with not getting hit by the robots. Did it say something about Venom in the Chaos Soda? I thought I read that word, but I could be wrong. That was really slow timing, but still sufficient. Ah, okay, that's cool. It looks so fun to do this spin dash jump, by the way, because the camera is so far away. It looks fun to do that. To just then guess, like, okay, how far did I make it? Oh yeah, Zombie Plutomon is also one of the hardest boss, one of the harder ones. Because of the whole gimmick of like, hey, you're not allowed to heal. But I think Junimon is harder as a boss fight. It's mainly because you're not allowed to use items, and items are so vital, and... Wait. I think I phased through the wall there. Man, can Sonic games not have glitch occur in one of their games, like, for once? Like, it'll be really appreciated to not have the game just like, hey, you gotta clip through this wall here, or stuff like that. I don't know why Shadow can't hit that last robot. Sure, don't ring dash. It's not like that's one of your abilities, Shadow. One other boss fight, at least for me, that I think that is difficult is doing the post-game Olympus 12 fight. Like, for me, that one is also difficult. No, game, I want to make it to that bridge. I want to get that shortcut. Fine, don't give me a shortcut anymore then. What the? That explosion lasted way too long. Let's try to read this message. Ah, you spammed Magic Reflect for Junimon. Yeah, it's a strategy I didn't utilize too much. Like, I know I utilized it against Clavis Angemon in Junomon's Temple, but then I never actually used it on Junimon. And I think it's because the Digimon that had Magic Effect on Belphamon, he's immune to dark and only weak to light. And Junimon likes spamming dark skills at times, so when that happens, the Magic Reflect would just be useless. That's kind of why I never thought about Magic Reflect before on that boss fight. But it's totally something I would utilize in a Mega Plus run because, you know, I feel like the Reflect skills are probably more needed in a Mega Plus run. Just because of the sheer amount of stats the enemies have. Ah, son of a... What the... He sniped me. I was just minding my business and he sniped me, that robot. Whoever built that robot needs to get fired because he was too good at his job. Because he shouldn't be able to aim that well at a 3-foot hedgehog. Well, I killed the last robot, but I still didn't make it up to the platform somehow. Thank you. I was like, please ring dash this time, Shadow. No! Ah, what's this? Oh, Tyrant Kabuterimon, yeah. He just does too much damage to Tyrant Kabuterimon. I think I said it in my playthrough as well. He just does too much damage. Because I had a team of Vaccines against him, but he still managed to one-shot them. Which is absolutely ridiculous that he can one-shot vaccine level Digimons like nothing. Like, that should be criminal that he can do that. Especially since Time Stranger doesn't have like defense penetrations like the Cyber Sleuth games do. So in Cyber Sleuth, it makes sense if like, oh, an enemy that has defense penetration one-shots your vaccines. That makes sense to an extent because it ignores your defense or magic staff. But Time Stranger doesn't have it, so when one just goes, how does it do so much damage? There is no stat equivalent to just ignore your defensive stat. Or well, there's a personality skill that does it, but there's no indication that the enemies have personality skills. At least to my knowledge. I think Tyrant Kabuterimon's stats would have been more forgiving if you were to have allowed to have megas at that point. Because I think that is the other salt on the wound, the fact that you're stuck with ultimate when you do that boss fight. So you don't even have access to any Digimons with really good stats or attacking moves yet. But meanwhile you fight a mega with an insane attack and a high attack stat. Swan goes, okay, game, do you want me to level grind or stack grind for some reason towards this point of the game? Whoops. Whoops. Where was I? The camera wasn't reflected, so I didn't know where I was. But judging by the fact that I died, I'm guessing I grabbed onto the ledge there, but since I didn't know I was on the ledge, I just ended up dying. Welcome, Muhammad. How are you doing? Whoops. Son of a robot. I'm doing good. I'm right now trying to complete the hard mode of Radical Highway because I managed to speedrun the 4th mission. Well, I guess I know which route I'm taking. Not by choice though, the game kind of forced me to take that path. Whoop. Whee! They just like throwing robots everywhere in hard mode, don't they?
Oops.
What do you know, there was a robot there. Because I just wanted to do a regular jump dash, but the game tried a homing attack, so that means there was an enemy right there. Which I didn't know it was. No. Oh yeah, Calamarimon was also a tricky boss fight. But she's more tricky in the DLC, just as a heads up. Because they have you revisit the Calamarimon fight in the DLC. And because they just have more stats, the enemies, she's a lot tougher to deal with when you do the DLC. Or at least I felt she was more difficult in the DLC. But who knows, maybe I was just not prepared in the DLC compared to the main story, and that's why. If I'm not mistaken, I think the Calamarimon fight is like the only fight you revisit in one of the DLCs. Because I've played through the first 2, and none of the other ones have any repeat bosses from the main story. That is the only one you do it on. But you revisit it for reasons though. Like not getting into it in like for potential spoilers, but there is a reason why you stupid robot. Anywho, what I was saying is that there's a good reason why you revisit the Ranamon fight. Or, well, Ranamon, Calamarimon. Like, there's a reason you revisit that fight in the first DLC. I'm sorry if I ruined anything by mentioning that octagon. Like, I truly am sorry if that was a little bit too spoilery saying that. Where am I? Camera, please, work with me. Oh, and by the way, chat, this goes to like any playthroughs that I have on the channel. Like, if you ever feel like Shadow, can you stop being so slippery during that one section? Anywho, what I was gonna say was, if or when I play, when I have playthroughs of games I've played before, like other Digimon games, and if you feel like something that I say is a bit too spoilery, you just go ahead and say it. Because I don't expect everyone that watches those playthroughs have played the games themselves, so you know, just so that you guys know that if you point stuff like that out to me, that I won't be like, ah, how dare you tell me I can't say XYZ, when it's like, no, I understand completely. Ah, you're playing Mega Man Battle Network 5. I've never played the Battle Networks myself, but I hope that you enjoy playing Battle Network 5. I was just like waiting for the platform, and I just went back and forth. Well, I will look into the Battle Network games and, you know, have them in the scope of games to try. Because there aren't many games out there, so that's why I can just say put it on the list, and it might be played in the future if I, you know, I'm doing a tiny bit of research into it, if that's like a game I would enjoy. Because I know what type of games I would and wouldn't like. Like, for example, Resident Evil. Like, there's no point of me trying the Resident Evil games because I'm not much of a horror person. So therefore, I will have to do like a slight research into Battle Network and then be able to make a decision based on that. But not gonna do any spoilery research, by the way. Just gonna be like simple things like, oh, how's the gameplay and all that. Be like a trailer or a snippet or like a first combat or something, and it's something with that platforming section that I'm missing.